Hey guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It is 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I haven't even shaved, I haven't showered, I haven't done anything. I am excited and I wanted to make this video before I forgot one thing. As I tell you guys, I'm early to bed, early to rise. I get up to work out and do these videos, and I research from about 2 a.m. on. I've been watching some interviews with Jill Biden. I gotta say, I am truly, truly excited. This is the first time, I'm not just saying this is the first time I have felt hope for America. I feel proud again. Let me tell you a little bit about, it's a CBS interview I watched. I checked out a few other interviews, but this was the best one. They all talked about pretty much the same, they talked about Joe, and I'll talk about him some too, but Jill Biden. I think about Melania Trump. Now, I'm going to do something that I saw Jill do in this interview. She didn't talk any trash. She didn't reduce herself to Trump's level. I'll get to that in a second. And I'm not going to talk trash. But this is the thing. I think we've forgotten, over the last 3.5 years, we've gotten so used to the daily barrage of the name calling, the tweeting, the division of America, the nonsense distractions from this president and even from his first lady. The thing I thought of the most when I watched this interview with Jill Biden, I was thinking about Melania Trump wearing that jacket. I don't care. Do you? Remember that? Now, this is one of the things I like to talk about, because nobody can deny this. Trump supporters and Trump are famous for trying to change, to alter the facts. She wore that jacket when there was the biggest outcry of the dividing families and putting toddlers, kids into that are still on the southern border, still in confinement, probably never to be returned to their families. I'm not going to get into that whole thing now. I believe in immigration, and I believe that these children should not have ever been separated from their families. I know Obama never separated children and families. For the First Lady to wear that jacket, I don't care. Do you? And then I saw this interview with Joe Biden. The difference is amazing. Like I said, I'm for immigration. And to have a president that's anti-immigration, yet married to an immigrant, the hypocrisy is dumbfounding. Let me get into Jill Biden, though. They started talking about her growing up and how she defended her family. They showed a picture of Joe Biden talking on a stage. This was from a few years ago. And some hecklers ran up on stage with posters, and I don't even know what they were saying, but there's this picture of Jill Biden ferociously going after this other female heckler, and just her face, and she's pushing the woman back, and the look on her face. I loved it. She's a strong woman, and she's got a doctorate. I'm excited. I'm truly excited to have a first lady that this country can be proud of. And like I said, we've forgotten what it's like to have real, good, true Americans that we can be proud of in the White House. We've forgotten what that's like. So she defends Joe Biden in this picture, right? And then they start talking about her growing up with her sisters, how one of her sisters was picked on by the town bully. The town bully threw worms in her hair. Jill Biden went to the town bully's house and knocked on his door. He opened the door up, and Jill herself told this story, and she punched him in the face and told him to never pick on her sister again. That's me, man. I got a little sister. I love it. I love that. They talked about Joe and Jill dating. Jill is an Italian American. Jill's parents had a pharmacy that her mother worked at behind the soda fountain when she started dating Jill's grandfather from the wrong side of the tracks. It's a beautiful, traditional American love story. Not billionaires, not some B-grade porno actress from Slovenia or wherever she's from. Look, I'm not picking on immigrants, but you can't be anti-immigrant and have an immigrant wife that you brought here on the Genius program that did porno, B-grade porno. All right, so anyway, the reporter asked Jill Biden, she says, are you angry? Do you want to say anything to Trump about what he said about calling your husband Sleepy Joe? And Jill goes, I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm not going to call him names. That would reduce me to his level. And the look in her eye and on her face, some people can talk the talk, but you could see it in somebody's face when they have that, they're not just saying this. They have a grace and a drive. You could see that, they mean what they say. It made me feel wonderful. So she's got a doctorate in education. She's been teaching at a community college. She intends now, if and when she becomes the first lady, she wants to focus on helping veterans. There was more on that, on free cancer treatment and free college, free community college. There's some more to that, but there's a lot that I tried to remember, a lot of good stuff. To have a first lady that has a doctorate in education, something we have sorely been lacking over the last 3.5 years, makes me excited. It makes me truly excited. I couldn't wait to make this video this morning. Let me just finish up. Like I said, this video, it's probably not going to get a lot of views, but I'm excited. I'm truly excited. I urge you guys to look into Jill Biden. Check her out and try to remember what it was like to have a president and a first lady that we can actually be proud of again. It's an amazing feeling. I swear to God, I forgot what it was like. One last thing. One of the best things I've heard Joe Biden say, I've seen some clips, man, where I love this guy. He's got strength and resolve and humility in his voice that I love. One of the best quotes I heard is when somebody asked Joe Biden about what if Donald Trump doesn't give up, what if he doesn't concede to the election if he loses? What if he tries to stay in the White House? And one of the best quotes I'm paraphrasing here, but Joe Biden said, I think he said the Secret Service has ways of dealing with trespassers, getting rid of trespassers from the White House. I love that quote, man. In other words, he'll drag Trump out of there as a run-of-the-mill trespasser by the seat of his pants if he loses. I love it, man. First time I felt excited for this country in a long time. Look, I know there's a lot of lukewarm sentiment for Biden out there, and I felt the same way. I didn't hate him. There's nothing to love about him, though. But I urge you guys to check out a little more. Jill, it's great. Going to be great having a first lady we can be proud of again. All right, I'll talk to you guys later in another video after I get myself cleaned up. You guys have a good Tuesday.